Hi, and welcome to another edition of Instructional Excellence. You may notice that I am out in one of our buildings. Today I'm at Cottage Grove Elementary School because I just completed a job shadow this morning with Bev Anderson, who works with our EL students. In an organization as large as ours, sometimes it's hard as the superintendent to really truly understand what all of the different people that work with our kids and work in our school district, what they do on a day-to-day basis to help our kids be successful. So this year we decided to create our version of Undercover Boss. It's truly a job shadowing, even though we call it Undercover Boss, because we're not trying to surprise people or find out aspects about the job that they're struggling with. It's really meant to be a time where I can spend time with different employees in the school district to truly understand what they do. So today I was very impressed watching Ms. Anderson interact with the students. One of the things that's very important to me as a superintendent is the culture that we create for students, to create a caring and safe environment for kids to take academic risks. And for our EL students, they're coming in sometimes brand new to the country, certainly new to a school and new to this language. It's really important that we have professionals that set a stage for these kids to really take that academic risk and push themselves to not only learn English, but also learn the content as well. And Ms. Anderson does a phenomenal job. She smiles frequently, she laughs with the kids, she knows them and looks forward to seeing them, and it was obvious the kids look forward to seeing her. As I shadowed Ms. Anderson, one of the things I was very impressed with was how well our students were doing. The vocabulary words that they were able to pronounce, recognize, and spell was very impressive based on their grade level. The reading that the kids demonstrated was impressive as well. So as I looked at how long some of our kids had been in the program learning English, I was impressed, and I asked the question, how do we know when kids are ready to be on their own? And part of what we do is certainly each day through our assessments of them, our informal assessments, we have a good gauge of how well they're progressing. But then we also use assessment data, and they take formalized assessments to see where they are as far as their progression of the language. So we know when it's at the appropriate time to let them experience and to navigate the educational system on their own. Why don't we take a moment and hear from Ms. Anderson herself. I'm with Bev Anderson at Cottage Grove Elementary School. She's been kind enough to allow me to shadow this morning. And Bev works with our English language students, our EL students. And so I'm very happy to be here. And can you talk a little bit about what your day normally looks like?
Well, my days pretty much starts out where I pull students and work with them either one-on-one or in a small group. And we will work on whatever the teacher has asked, whatever skill that they need work on, and working on just speaking, trying to get them to use the past tense correctly and things like that. And then I also go in classrooms where I will help out the teacher with the stations that they have and help out there. And so I'm either pulling students or I'm usually in the classrooms working with all the students and helping them out.
And what's the best part of the work that you do with our kids?
Well, I think it's when they get that little smile on their face like, I got it, and stuff. So
We met a few students today that had just come into the country, into the school this fall. And what's it like when you first start to work with a student when they don't have much of the ability to speak the language and they're maybe nervous about coming to school? Are there special things that you do?
Well, one thing that we found this year has been really helpful is we have had iPads, and they have on there where you can do translations. And so they speak into it, their language, and they speak French, and then it will put it in English for us. And so then we could speak English, and it will translate French to them. And so that has been, I think, really helpful for us this year. And then in the past, when we didn't have that, we used a lot of pictures. So, yes.
And then how much communication do you do with the parents, or do you have a chance to talk with the parents about how kids are progressing?
Well, I usually, Liz and I will get together and talk about how the students are doing, and then I will talk with the teachers. And if they want me there during a meeting, I will be there. But pretty much the parent part is through Liz or the teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed how positive you are with the kids and the relationships that you have with the kids. It appears that you get to know them, their personal lives, and you talk with them when you see them in the buildings. And is there anything that you can remember over the time that you've worked with kids, coming in the EL kids, that is one of your favorite memories?
I think a lot of my favorite memories are actually probably when I'm not in school and walking around the stores and they come up to me and give me a hug, and we start talking with the parents and how I enjoy them. And I think just the fact that they're comfortable enough with me that they can run to me in a store and feel pretty good about that.
I was also really impressed with how well the kids are doing with their reading. I was able to listen to a few students read, watching their word recognition and their writing. How do you know when it's time for a student to be on their own or not need the extra help?
Well, we do have a state test that we have to give them, and we can use that as a guideline. And then when the teacher feels they're doing well enough, and then we will make sure that we've communicated with the parents that if we see enough progress, we can put them on monitor and watch them, and if they continue to do well, then we can exit them. So we have a couple ways to watch them before they're exited.
Oh, great. Now, if you were talking to a person who wanted to get involved with working with kids, our EL kids, what advice would you give someone? What would they need to either know or be excited about to be able to be successful in your position?
Well, I think if you wanted to do this, you really just have to enjoy the kids and know that it may take time. And you might have to repeat a lot of things, but it's okay. I mean, I think I just really enjoy the kids when they come in, and just keep working with them and whatever they need work on.
I can see that in the way you interact with kids. I'm really impressed with the kindness and the enjoyment, because you do a lot of smiling and laughing, and it seems like there's a lot of humor that the kids bring in when they talk with you. And
yeah, I do enjoy them in many ways, and I think maybe that's where I am as a grandparent. I look at them as, what if they're my grandchild? Mm-hmm. What do I want them to be able to do and feel? It's important. Mm-hmm. Makes their day, I think.
I think it does make their day, and watching the kids come in, and I really am pleased with what I've been able to see and how well the kids respond to you and what you do. I think that's really important for a positive culture, and really have kids being ready to take a risk, because for our kids that are struggling with learning the language, plus with all the content, we really have to get them comfortable trying and knowing it's okay to make mistakes.
And I think when they come in here, that's the first thing I tell them, is that it's okay to make a mistake. We're here to figure out how we can fix it. It's not a big deal to make a mistake, you know, and that's what we tell them in here. And we said it's a place, if you want to make a mistake, let's do it in here, because we'll get it figured out. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I really want to thank you for allowing me to spend some time with you today.
Well, thank you.
And it is so impressive, the work that you do, and the way the kids have quickly responded to the lessons that you've taught them, but also when I was observing and listening to them, how well they're doing. And I can't thank you enough.
Oh, thank you.
It sets our kids up for success, and it's such an important program. So thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you.